Hi, good morning everybody. This is Ezra Vijay Sekar, lecturer in botany, Andhra Christian College, Guntur, Andhra Pradesh. So, dear students, today I am going to deliver a lecture on genetic material, that is a DNA. So DNA is a nucleic acid, one of the nucleic acids. And what are nucleic acids? Nucleic acids are nothing but acids that are present in the nucleus are called nucleic acids. There are two types of nucleic acids. One is DNA and another is RNA. And before 1928, scientists thought that genetic material could be proteins rather than DNA, because proteins are more complex in their structure, in their morphology, etc., when compared to DNA and RNA. So scientists thought that proteins could be the genetic material rather than DNA. But in 1928, Fred Griffith conducted an experiment on mice, and he discovered that some material has been transformed between a virulent strain which cannot cause pneumonia disease, to the virulent strains. So by his experiment, he concluded that some genetic material has been transformed from one bacterium to another bacterium. So this transformation causes one of the bacterium which is not virulent has become a virulent. Then next one is this is the experiment done by Fred Griffith. And then in 1944, Avery, MacLeod and McCarthy also continued the experiment of Griffith and said that DNA could be the genetic material but not proteins. After that, Alfred Hershey and Martha Chase conducted an excellent experiment called blender experiment, in which they used P32 radioisotope and S35 radioisotope. So by their experiment, it is confirmed that, it is established that DNA is the genetic material but not proteins. So by 1944, it is confirmed that DNA is the genetic material. Okay, then the nucleic acids were first discovered by Frederick Miescher in the year 1868, and he called them nuclein. The word nucleic acid was proposed by Richard Altman in 1899. And there are two types of, as we already know that there are two types of nucleic acids. One is DNA and another is RNA. So DNA stands for deoxyribonucleic acid. So here the primary distinction between DNA and RNA is, in DNA one oxygen atom is less than RNA. So this is named as deoxyribonucleic acid. And we will go when we discuss the brief history of DNA. In the year 1880, Emil Fischer discovered purines and pyrimidines, and in 1884 and 1910, Kossel discovered histone proteins, protamines, and nitrogenous bases called adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine. For his contribution, he was awarded the Nobel Prize of 1910. Then, in 1912, DNA staining technique was discovered by Fuel Chen. On his name, this DNA staining technique is called Fuel Chen technique. And in 1944, as I already told you, in 1944, Avery, MacLeod, and McCarthy proved that DNA is the genetic material, and it was confirmed and established by Hershey and Chase. In 1948, Chergaff studied DNA structure by chemical analysis. And in 1950, Wilkins and Rosalind Franklin studied DNA structure by X-ray diffraction method, which is commonly called crystallography. And in 1953, Linus Pauling discovered the hydrogen bonds present in the DNA molecule. By analyzing the chemical analysis of Chergaff and X-ray diffraction method of Wilkins and Rosalind and hydrogen bonds of Linus Pauling, J.D. Watson of America and F.H.C. Crick of Britain, they together proposed a double helical model of DNA. So this double helical model reveals about the structure of a DNA molecule. So it was the year 1953, and for their work, Watson and Crick got Nobel Prize in 1962. This is the double helical model. According to the double helical model, DNA molecule is made up of two helically coiled polynucleotide strands. DNA molecule is made up of two helically coiled polynucleotide strands. These two strands are joined together by step-like structures made up of nitrogenous bases. In each strand, deoxyribose sugar and phosphate are present alternatively and work as backbone The deoxyribose sugar molecules present in opposite strands are joined by nitrogenous bases. Then, the diameter of DNA molecule measures about 20 angstroms and its length is indefinite. DNA is coiled itself around its axis and embedded in the chromosomes. So chromosomes are made up of DNA. This is very important point. And one complete turn of DNA molecule measures about 34 angstroms. And each turn consists of 10 nucleotides. The angle between the nucleotides is 36 angstroms. Then each nucleotide, as I already said, that DNA molecule is made up of two helically coiled polynucleotide strands. So in each strand there are many nucleotides. Each nucleotide is composed of deoxyribose sugar, nitrogenous base, and phosphate. So deoxyribose sugar's formula is C5H10O4. It is a pentose sugar consisting 5 carbon atoms. This pentose sugar ring is called Haworth ring. 4 carbon atoms and 1 oxygen atom together form the pentose ring. The 5th carbon atom is present outside the ring, which is attached to the CH2 group. Each ring consists of 3 hydroxide groups at 1st, 3rd and 5th positions, and hydrogen atoms are present at 1st, 2nd, 3rd and 4th positions. So this is the structural difference between deoxyribose sugar and ribose sugar. Deoxyribose sugar formula is C5H10O4 and ribose sugar's formula is C5H10O5. So you can observe that there is a 1 oxygen atom deficit in deoxyribose sugar. So this second carbon consists of 2 hydrogen atoms, whereas in ribose sugar molecule the second carbon atom consists of 1 hydrogen and 1 hydroxide group. So this is the basic difference between the DNA and RNA. Nitrogenous bases. Nitrogenous bases are step-like structures connecting the opposite polynucleotide strands. Each nitrogenous base is made up of 2 types of structures called purines and pyrimidines. So one purine always binds with another pyrimidine. So there are 2 types of purines, one is adenine and another is guanine. And in DNA there are 2 types of pyrimidines, they are cytosine and thymine. Adenine of purine always binds with the thymine of pyrimidines, and guanine of purine always binds with the cytosine of pyrimidine. And here is a rule proposed by Chergaff, which states that the amount of, that is the purines and pyrimidines are present in 1:1 ratio. The purines and pyrimidines are present in 1:1 ratio. So this is the structures of purines and pyrimidines. Okay. Then purines are normally double ringed structures, whereas pyrimidines are single ringed structures. Then here is an important point, that is base pairing. Adenine of purine always binds with thymine of pyrimidines by 2 hydrogen bonds, and guanine always binds with the cytosine by 3 hydrogen bonds. This specific bondage between a purine and a pyrimidine is called base pairing. This base pairing is very specific and it is very distinctive. Any change in this base pairing may lead to mutations. This is the structure of DNA.